Hey, let's talk about marriage.
Let's talk about marriage. I have some things to talk about. Hold on.
I cuss though. My sister got me this shirt. My sister got me this shirt for my birthday where it's like, it says some moms cuss a lot and I'm some moms. I busted a gut when I read that out. That is so accurate.
Roll the intro.
Roll the intro.
Derek and I continue to do the Re-Engage series. Okay, Re-Engage every Monday night, 6 o'clock.
So how long have you guys been doing that for?
I mean, a lot of weeks. I don't know, a lot of weeks. But honestly, I'm nervous for when it ends. It's gonna end eventually here. I am loving our small group leaders. They just are so committed. They're so willing to help. There's 8 couples. No, there's 8 people. Which means there's how many couples?
4.
There's 4 couples. No, there's more than 4 couples.
Maybe 8
5
couples.
5 couples. There's a truck. So this past week we had to talk about forgiveness. There's something that I need to ask Derek for forgiveness for, and then going both ways. Again, putting our laundry out there, our dirty laundry, which Derek said is okay to do because he's all about connecting with people and being real.
He's really good about that.
He really is.
About just being like
He
honest
really
with the world.
Like, and Brittany might have just heard our conversation. I just called Derek up on the phone and said, is this okay to share? So I am glad that I did that. I'm glad that he was so willing to allow people into our lives, which is not so pretty sometimes.
You do care about his feelings and you don't want to do something that's crossing lines or whatever. And that's important.
People do struggle. And although I think many times people can look at Derek and I with our 2 beautiful girls like, oh, hey, they got it going on. I don't want to say perfect, put together.
Yeah.
But it's not. And I'm willing to share with you our imperfections so that you can better relate, but also to know that people aren't alone.
We all have our things in our marriages.
Engage has really helped us to kind of dive in deep, humbly recognize shortcomings.
Yeah. There's so much freedom in like getting out of your own way, setting your pride aside. It's hard in the moment to humble yourself.
Hard, yes.
But when you can do that, there's freedom in that to be able to just say, I screwed up.
There is freedom in that.
I'm sorry, and genuinely mean that. It takes away the competition. It takes away the I told you so. Little nitpicky things that really don't matter. But it's real easy to get like caught up in that stuff.
That's been a huge factor for us is pride. Peeling back the layers of the things that I know that I can do better and that I had to ask Derek for forgiveness for, which could be a plethora of things for different people. Mine was demeaning. I don't always speak kindly or uplifting to Derek, to him, and in front of our kids. When you're in a family situation, it's not just you and your partner that it's affecting, the whole entire family. Yeah. And so although with our kids being so young, what really are they taking in? Well, they're really starting to take in a lot, I think.
Yeah, they're little sponges at this age.
Well, they said like for forgiveness, it's not just asking for Derek for forgiveness. So I had to go to Derek humbly and this is what I do. This is what I'm needing forgiveness for. And this is what I truly need to work on. It really opened my eyes to really focusing on this specific thing, which is again, the demeaning part. Also, had to go to my children, knowing that they overhear and they see some of the arguments and things that I say and Derek says to one another. And for Faith being so young, I didn't mention it to her. I didn't talk to her about it. But for Grace being 6, I was like asking God for the words of like, how do I spell this out for a 6-year-old? But yet I do find it highly important that I say something to her about this. On our way to school last week, Grace, I just want to talk to you about something. I need to tell you that I'm mean to Daddy sometimes. I say things to Daddy that are not nice, that are not kind. I don't always speak to him kindly, and I shouldn't do that. And I want your forgiveness for that because Mommy shouldn't be talking to anybody like that, specifically your dad or my husband. She went quiet for a moment. She didn't necessarily know how to respond. Yeah. A whole conversation was going to come of that. Again, it's probably pretty far beyond what it is that she's hearing. I wanted her to get out of it is I'm imperfect, I'm making mistakes, and I want to make it right.
I I think that's fantastic. Kids, but especially for girls and their dads, they do learn a lot about what sort of standards that they will have once they're older and they're in a relationship. When I first started dating Chris, I compared them to my dad. I compared our relationship to my parents' marriage. It is a big deal to have camaraderie between you two, like a bond between you two that your kids can see. Best way you could have handled that and just said, hey, this is what's happening. And because she needs to know that dad is the most important man in your life. And you care about him and you want good things for him, for her to see sort of a vulnerable side of you. That's good. I think that's really good.
We're working on it. We are a work in progress. Derek growing up, like grew up with like his parents not really fighting a whole lot in his presence. They would do some things behind closed doors, where mine were more just let it all out. And again, there's no manual of how to do things, and no disrespect or judgment towards anyone, but I'm just putting us out there of how is it that we can get better, and where is it that I'm falling short?
And then the video.
And and be kind.
And be kind.
And cuss a lot.
And then, I got nothing.